Okay, hello. Welcome once again to Radio Brujas. I am Salome, and with me here today is,
Just digital.
unfortunately, Ana Kauna could not join us today, but we are three Brujas in the intersection, and today's show is a two-topic show, and so therefore we have two guests to help us weave through the fuck shit. Um, the topics are online dating, the advantages, disadvantages, the pitfalls of it. And the second topic, which seems to come up, it's been coming up on every single show that we've had. So I decided that we need to just go ahead and address it head on, um, along with online dating, because the two do seem to be wrapped up together, which is the click. What is it? Where is it? What does it do? Does everyone have one? How does it work? So our in studio guest today is the beautiful Nikki, the lovely creator and proprietor of Butter by Decked. And on the phone, we have Kay, all the way from Houston. And Kay has her Facebook page, Single in the City, Houston version, and her website, just K, Girl in H Town.com. And Kay is a dating machine and is very, very, very experienced with online dating. Um, so, ladies, if you'd like to say hello.
Hi.
Kay, are you there?
I am.
How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
We're good. Okay, so online dating. It seems that, well, we've all done it. Everyone here has done it. It's become almost the only way to meet someone, to date someone. I don't know that many people that are still going to bars. I'm sure they are. But it's not like 20, 25 years ago where that's really where you met someone. It was in a bar, in a museum, in a library, at the club, a family member or a friend introduced you, set you up, hooked you up. Um, so now we have to deal with our smartphones and online dating. And I have found that a lot of the men that are on online dating is not necessarily for a relationship, but they want to be able to just hit you with dick pics for some reason, and with the hopes of getting pics back in return. So once you exchange numbers and they have your number, at least this has been my experience, and it's not hasn't been my experience every single time, but it has been my experience a lot. Where, there may or may not be a hello, and the next message or the first message is going to be a dick pic, which very often is not aesthetically pleasing. So, like, what's with that? Are we getting together? And if we are going to get together, a lot of these individuals are expecting sex on the first date, or at least they're expecting to have their penis sucked. um, or it's before you meet them. You have pictures on your site. It's, what I call, it's a fuckboy proverb. Send me a pic.
All the time.
Every day.
So how do you handle that, girls, ladies? How do you handle that?
I say no. If a guy asks me for a pic, yes, just yesterday someone said send me a pic. I wrote immediately nah, and they was like, oh, okay, because no, just no. No.
It's automatically assumed, I think, because it seems like online dating is part of like hookup culture. So it's just the easier way to hook up. And I know some people are online just for that, and
Mm-hmm.
that's fine.
That's of course. Mm-hmm.
I think that the gay community has figured this out better than everyone else. I mean, they have certain online sites where you do that and certain online sites where you're actually looking for relationships. I think on the straight side, it's sort of all mixed together and you don't know what anybody really
That's a
wants.
good point.
And they don't fill out the questionnaire. They don't really answer anything. But in the gay community, they all know there are certain sites that you go to for this particular thing. And I don't think there's like any mess versus with the more common websites. Everybody is up. Well, to me, it seems like everybody is up there, not for a relationship, but something really quick.
Right. So through trial and error, like I have learned when I see the individual, some of them are honest and will outright ask for, NSA or FWB. But, the ones that either have no picture or have written absolutely nothing and have asked no question and have answered no questions, those are the ones I feel that tend to just be on there just for a hookup. So I don't pay attention to those men.
There seems to be also a lot of jail pictures.
That's on POF.
Yes. a lot of.
That's plenty of fish.
Just like, the standard issue sweatpants or whatever, plastic house shoes they wear, crouching down, pointing. My question is, they have computers in the lockup area?
They do.
No.
They do.
No, they're sneaking those phones in.
They do.
They have computers
and
they have phones.
No,
they
phones. Don't have computers. Okay. No. They're sneaking that stuff in.
Yeah.
That's
so
in.
POF is the incarcerated man's dating site.
Yeah.
And OkCupid is like the hipster kind of. I'm a gentrifier, but I'm cool. I don't like I don't like any of them, actually, to be quite frank.
I have a story about OkCupid. I have many stories about OkCupid, but this one in particular stands out. So I haven't been on OkCupid in years. So this happened at least 5 years ago, like 5-6 years ago. So I come across this profile, and there was without question, you knew what it was this individual wanted. It was a series of photos of him masturbating and ejaculating on his kitchen counter. So there was like 6, 7, I'm going to send them to you, 6, 7, or 8 photos of, first he was sitting down. So he showed several angles of his penis, it was long, but it was thin, so it was a broomstick. He had a broomstick dick. And then he laid it on his kitchen counter. And I'm like, dude, like, you prepare food there. Like, what are you doing?
I appreciate that, because you know exactly what he's looking for. Exactly.
There's no question about what it is. You can't expect a nice candlelit dinner if that's what he has up there,
and
right?
he then ejaculated on his counter. So that's why I said, like, without question, you knew what he wanted. So that was like the most bold-faced profile I had ever seen.
But honest.
Absolutely.
But they're not really.
They're not going to be honest.
No,
they're not going to be honest. Their profile will say, "I'm looking for a relationship," and the conversation inside the inbox is something totally different. And then when you ask them, or I guess call them out on it, then they don't want to be the creepy guy. So they don't want to be the douchebag. They don't want to be the bad guy that's just looking to have sex with you. So I think I had one this week. He kind of did that. And he's kind of like dancing around the question. And I don't like dancers. So you give it to me straightforward. Because otherwise what you're doing, you're like in my inbox wasting both of our time. So you're looking for somebody for sex. I'm not looking for someone for just sex. Unmatch me and go the fuck on. Like, why are you trying to dance? I'm not going to give you nothing. I'm not going to give you anything. So it's like,
right. So
the conversation was already dry and lackluster. So I'm not even enticed by you to even want to even have that concept to even want to have sex with you. But you're like, boring. Then you're dancing around. Like, I like a man. He knows what he wants. He's going to tell me, look, I'm not trying to waste your time. I got this. No, you want to try to play coy and do these childish ass games. Okay, I'm going to unmatch you.
They should have an app for a hookup app.
I agree.
They do.
Like,
it's Tinder.
Well,
that's what Tinder's supposed to be.
Like originally. A dedicated, like, Grindr or Jacked or something like that. Like a dedicated hookup app, so that if you're over here, because I know a few people who have found relationships through Tinder.
So have I. So do I.
Yeah. So if you're really looking to just hook up and do whatever, then there needs to be an app where it's just for that, and then there's no confusion.
They have some. I mean, it's not an app, but they have like websites. Like they
Mm-hmm.
have like Adult Friend Finder. They have that. Like, and everybody on there is, it's basically like that description that was described about the ejaculation on the kitchen counter. Like you're gonna have
Right.
people with
I
profile
heard
pictures
Christian
like
Mingle
that.
is where it all goes down.
Oh my God.
That's what I
Wow.
heard.
You know what?
Do tell.
I had a bishop friend of mine told me the same thing. He was actually on there looking for something, and he was like, there's women on there selling their bodies. I'm like, what?
Yep.
Wow.
The usernames are like, I twerk for Jesus.
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
No,
Amen.
no, that is so
Amen.
not okay.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, I heard that's where it goes down, apparently.
No, I haven't resorted to do that because I feel like I would be a fraud. Like,
I think you
I
should
know.
do a test, a beta test
Oh God,
over there.
I'm gonna catch on fire.
But I find that also when men from the straight from the gate, when they ask the question, like, what are you looking for? What are you on here? What are you
Just
looking
say
for?
it.
So I think that when they ask that question and based on your profile, they already know, because we know how calculating they are. They already know that you're there because you want a relationship. You don't, you're not just on there to catch a dick. So they ask you specifically what you are looking for so they can then answer your questions geared towards what you're
Ooh.
looking for, so they can fit that mold.
Yep.
Until they can hit the toto and then just go ghost.
Yep.
They're so calculated.
I don't let them ask the question first.
Right.
I don't allow them to ask the question first. I ask it first. And when they do ask me first, I give them a one word response. What are you looking for? Honesty. What are you
Exactly.
looking for? Like
Yes.
right after. That's how I do it.
Yeah. So
That's how I do it.
so recently I did this to in early May to this gentleman on this site who he had it was I guess more or less a generic profile. He looked very happy in all his photos, very jovial, and said he was honest, he was a fun guy. He was looking to have a serious relationship with someone. So we matched, and we started messaging, and he lives in the Upper East Side, and he's he's Hispanic but of mixed heritage, and I'm not going to say exactly who, because it turns out someone that I know also matched with him. And when she was giving me his details, I said, "Is that so and so?" And she's like, "Yes, how did you know?"
It's funny.
So
Okay.
So let me just finish real quick, Nikki. I'm sorry. So, we start messaging, and he keeps talking about, he wants to get to know me. What am I looking for? I said, I'm looking for someone who's honest and genuine. That's what I'm looking for. What are you looking for? He says the same, and then he says he wants to get to know me. So I said, great, plan a date. So, those 3 words usually like just chill their blood. Once you write plan a date, that usually brings everything to a stop. So I didn't hear from him for a day once I wrote that. And then again, he came back, like, what are you doing? Can I see you today? I said, no, you cannot see me today. I have children, and I need planning. I need advance notice because I need to get a babysitter. And you have to let me know where we're going. Did you plan a date? And he says, well, we can meet for coffee. That is not a proper date. I don't meet for coffee. No, I'm hungry. I like to eat. So he said to me to send him a pic. I said, I haven't met you. Why would I send you a special picture? Who are you? I said, I have 6 photos on the site. That should be more than enough for you. And it was like, I didn't even speak. He once again wrote, but send me a pic. So I ignored him. So he sent me a series of texts. I saved these. So May 10th, good morning, how are you? I'm not answering this person anymore. May 11th, hello, how are you? This is at 9:35 a.m. he must have broken down because by 1:06 p.m. his next text is, "Wish can eat your clitoris, baby. I love to suck pussy." Like, I would really love to sit down and have a conversation with this
Excuse me.
individual's mother. I mean, what kind of escalation is that? From "hello, how are you?" no response, to "wish can eat your clitoris, baby. I love to suck pussy." Like, was I supposed to run across town to the Upper East Side and like kick down his door and like, "Here's my clitoris"?
Yes.
I mean, eat it. I mean,
Eat it? I don't know. That sounds.
Yeah, let
It
him
sounds
eat.
painful.
He's so ass backwards.
like, what? And this has
I
not
wouldn't
been
want
the
him
first,
nowhere near me.
and this has not been the first time. This is, these are multiple men that I have come across with this type of savagery, that it goes from "hello, how are you" to immediately sexual. Like, can we,
Like
like
one like
tap
that,
each
"Hey,
other on
baby."
the shoulder first?
Yeah,
What did you want to say,
that.
Nikki?
I was gonna say, when you had mentioned that your friend had a match with the same person.
Yeah, he sent her a dick pic.
See. And I was gonna just extend the question to all the other ladies who have been using the sites, is like, do you find that you're seeing recurring characters? I find that I see the same people
Yes.
on different sites
Yes.
at different points. Like, I'll be on a site for maybe like a month. I don't even really like to do more than a month because I feel like too much is like, it's just too much. And then I'll take a long break, 3 months, 4 months,
Yes.
5 months. I come back, I'm seeing the same people.
Yes.
Years of this
Yes,
though.
2
Like
years later.
2 years,
same
3
person.
years. So now it's like, but I also think about it and how it looks on my end as well. Like, if somebody keeps seeing me, are they thinking those same thoughts about me too? Like, why is she still here?
But
What's
it's the
going
same.
on?
It's the same profile with the same writing, if any, and the same photos.
Mhm.
Like, when I've done that and I've taken those long breaks, like, I always write something different,
And new photos.
and
Yeah,
there's
I freshen
always
it up.
new
I
photos.
freshen it
I
up.
freshen it up. So to me, it's not the same. It's not the
Well,
same.
when I would look at seeing the same people month after month as something being wrong with the deal. Why can't you close this? What's wrong with you? Now, I know on my end, my criteria is pretty rigid.
Yes.
So I understand why my dating pool is very,
Right.
very tiny.
Right.
But if you can't spell and you're wearing jail
Yes.
clothes, like, you don't have any criteria. So
See,
why
but-
are you still up there?
But these lifers, they're there. They're there for Toto. That's why you keep seeing them. They don't want to close the deal. They just want to close the deal on your Toto. Once that deal is closed, they're gone. On to the next one. But it's like Jess said, we're on there because we want a relationship, because we have standards. And a lot of these men are not meeting it, and we're not settling. We're not just settling for dick. I can have dick anytime I want. I can catch a
Go out to the
dick
corner. Anybody want some
anytime.
pussy?
Anytime I can catch a dick, I am looking for a person. And so it's gotten to the point where, is that person even here for me in New York? I don't deal with men in New Jersey. Sorry, hell no. I'm not crossing that damn bridge. I don't know what happens in the Hudson over the Hudson, but I'm not dealing with men from New Jersey. But even though like the men in New York are extremely draining, I'm looking for a person. And so to me, I don't think it's the same.
Okay.
I go back on and you go back on, you freshen it up. And so like, are you looking for a person?
I'm looking for a real person.
Right.
And I hate the question that, I hate the "what are you looking for" question. Because like you said, if you read my profile, you could little context clues people. You can draw some conclusions here, right? And the other question I hate is, why are you single? Because I feel like it insinuates what's wrong with you.
Yes.
And how long have you been single? I feel like, to me, I've been single. I personally have been single for 6 years, and I feel like that is something that people have a hard time believing. They really are like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I'm not about to sit here and monologue what's happened to me in the past 6 years, but I'm single with a purpose. I don't just want to. I've had offers for relationships, and I've had to counter those offers and say, well, what is it about me that you? And they don't. Some of these men on here that want the relationship, they don't really want a relationship. They just want to be by themselves. That's not the same to me. Like, I feel like I wouldn't even. It's not about me. It's about I'm a body. and I'm here and they're showing me some type of attention and I'm supposed to just take it and just sit there and be like, all right, we're in a relationship now. That's my boyfriend.
Right. So I have learned that my answer to that question, because I hopefully we should be divorced this year. So I've been separated now for 7 years. So I have learned now that my answer to that question, oh, but you're so beautiful, you're such a gorgeous woman. Why, and I have messages right there right now. I have messages that, why are you single? So my answer to that is because I want to be.
And they don't like to hear that.
Because I want to be. I've chosen to be. I've been, I was concentrating on my career, on my job that I love, and concentrating on my children. And so now I feel, that I want to be with someone. So here I am. That's my answer to that question.
Good answer.
And how do they respond to that?
Okay, let me see what he said. What this dude had to say here. Let me see. Okay, what's your answer to that question?
I was married 10 years, and I had 2 back-to-back relationships after my marriage. I was like, I just want to take my time. And I've had offers for relationships, but I just don't want to be in a relationship just for the sake of being in a relationship. I actually want to take my time, get to know somebody. So until then, I'm single. And they usually
never believe that.
Yeah, oh, no, they never do. I think the thing that just insults me is the fact they're like, oh, you're so pretty, why are you single? Yeah. What does my face have to look like have anything to do with
I've seen a lot of
my
ugly
relationship
women
status?
In long-term relationships.
See, so they have no answer to that. They have no, when you tell them
they don't have
there's no answer.
Just,
so you see, so it's dry. And he's completely boring, this dude. So he had
like,
absolutely no response to that. When I told him, I've chosen too easy.
I think the other part is that when men hear that you're single, they assume that you're not fucking anyone. Right? So when they think you're single for a long period of time, they feel like, oh, so you've been celibate the time. Wait, I'm not a nun. I never said I wasn't fucking. Okay, I might not be fucking you.
Those are two different things.
But I'm single. Okay, but they don't. That is what they really equate singleness with. You're in the nunnery, the coochie. Cookie factory is shut down. There's cobwebs, dust, and they're going to be the ones to forge your head and knock that broom in a corner and take them cobwebs down. And they really believe that.
So they're going to offer you the bare minimum because they know that you are desperate.
And you're hard up
for that payness that they have. That
they think
golden scepter.
They think you are desperate.
They think that you are just desperate for that golden scepter, and you're going to ride it off into the sunset. So they're going to give you the bare minimum.
Little do they know.
Little do they know. No.
Listen, I had one coffee date. I agreed to one coffee date last year, and I shouldn't have, but I agreed to it. I will never ever meet a man for coffee as long as you will take me out and you will take me to dinner. And if you don't like that and you can't afford it, you know what? Too bad. Let's keep on moving.
I have found that in reading some of the profiles, these people cannot afford to date.
Yes.
Okay, because when you put in your dating profile that your children are your life, that means you can't afford anything else beyond that. A lot of times I don't think that they can afford. That's why they do the coffee date and they just jump to what they want, which is the dick picture.
Netflix and then Netflix and chill. After coffee,
I
Netflix
watch
and chill.
my Netflix alone. I pay for that and I watch it alone at home. You're not even gonna know where I live actually for a really, really, really long time. But no, they don't want to spend any money and don't ask to spend money because then you're a gold digger and all this other stuff.
Yep.
They're not prepared financially or mentally to date, which is why I stay off Plenty of Fish because I can't.
I can't
You're
deal with
broke.
Plenty of Fish.
I had a
You can't
Netflix
put a
date
sentence
this week.
together.
You had a Netflix date this week?
I did.
Oh, explain.
Not at my house. I know it's not because I don't do that. But I've never seen Love Jones, which whatever. Take my card. I know. I was sheltered. I know. But I've seen it now, so I can keep my card. But we actually sat on the phone. I wanted to watch it, and he was like, "Oh, I can come over there." I was like, "No, you're not gonna come over here." I was like, "Yeah, we can have Netflix and chill. You can eat your food at your house. I can eat the food in my house, and we can sit on the phone." So I was joking. This dude was serious. He was like, "Okay, cool, yeah. He goes, how about this? Yeah, you get some food and da 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 da." So he gets on the phone. He gets on the phone and calls the taco places down the street. So he tells me that he puts the phone off to the side so he doesn't get my address. He got me some tacos. He paid for the tacos. We sat and watched Little Jones. Well, we waited to the food to get to my house, and then we sat and watched Little Jones talk back and forth and screamed at the screen when old girl was acting stupid and stuff. So
But that's acceptable.
That's interesting,
That's
actually.
okay. I like that. That's
Yeah.
It's
acceptable.
different. That's a little
I
different.
was like,
and he paid for
okay.
your tacos, which is a plus.
Yes.
So.
And he paid for my tacos, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a plus.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, all right, he's good. We had a second. That's actually the phone call you heard when you called me this week. And I
Oh,
was
yes.
talking with that was him. We went on a nature walk,
Oh, that's nice.
like down the street.
Okay. Okay.
So the Netflix and tacos was second or third date.
That was like that was a first time thing. The thing with him that I like about him, I talked with him on Tinder for almost 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Before he even asked for my phone number, and then we turned around and had been like talking and texting on the phone for a couple of weeks before he thought of that idea to do the because I think I kind of was getting a feel for him. I felt like what he was doing was trying to talk me, and then if he decide instead of actually doing a date, he was gonna try to do a Netflix and chill because we've been talking like almost a month and a half. Why wouldn't I feel comfortable enough to have him come up to my house? But I was like, nah, you ain't gonna do that. And no. So that was like the first deal. The second thing was me meeting him Thursday night we went for the nature walk thing.
So that was like the first time that you had seen him in person?
Yeah, that was my actual first time seeing him face to face. Yeah.
And what did you think about him? Like,
I thought he was very awkward, only because I think he was so nervous. He was so nervous, and then I'm like on this health kick right now. So I'm sitting over here like trying to work out and trying to, talk to him, and he's just like, "Oh Lord Jesus, this girl, what is she doing? Like, is she trying to?" He's like, "I really thought you were trying to kill me." Like when I talked to him Friday, he's like, "Yeah, I thought you were trying to kill me. Like it was my off day, and I was trying to relax." I was like, "Yeah, but it was a nature hike. What you expect on the nature hike?" I mean, I felt like with seeing his face and talking with him, I was good. I kind of like him.
And this
lot,
is somebody
so.
you met on Tinder or another site?
I met him on Tinder.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe I have to download Tinder again. I don't know.
Yeah,
You
the
just
thing
gotta
with
wait
him,
a lot of shit.
he's I see what he's doing, but he asked a lot of questions, like a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm. That's good though.
So we had, yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I don't think I'm trying to think. The last time I had a dude, it's been a real long time. I've had a guy do that.
See, I've learned that it's a red flag if they don't ask me questions.
Yeah, I agree.
If they don't ask me questions, they're not trying to find out anything about me. And I know that it's only a matter of minutes, hours, or days before they make it sexual, because what they want to become familiar with is my toto, not with me or my life. So that I've learned. I've learned that. And I actually met someone on Match. This is when I was on Match. And I decided, you know what? I'm not paying money like to meet the same fuckboys that are on the free apps. So we actually still get together like 2 or 3 times a year. And it's going on 6 years.
Oh, wow.
And he's an attorney, but he's emotionally stunted.
He's a failure to launch.
Yeah. And it's sad. He's brilliant. He's a brilliant man. And, and he's funny. And, the penis is on point. But but he he's like, yes.
Creep, Kay. Oh my gosh.
But it can't be, like an ongoing thing. And it's a shame because actually, I like him. I really do like him. So I just have dick appointments with him.
Oh my God.
Well, I do,
mean,
and it's always good. He picks me up. We go to dinner. We always have a great time, and the sex is great. But that's all. It's just dick appointments.
I think I'm starting to get into that phase now, but that's kind of, it's not. I go through these phases where I'm dating to try to build to a relationship, and then I have these moments where I just need a sabbatical. During the sabbatical, it's like I'm not dating. I'm probably going to probably within the next week or two, I'm probably going to be shutting down my dating apps. Mm-hmm. And usually, if I come in contact with somebody that does the FWB, I'm open to having them around.
Oh, we're always open to dick appointments.
Huh?
I'm always open for dick appointments.
Yeah. I mean, it's like if I'm going out with you and then the dick you're providing me dick after, that's awesome.
But if
you're just coming over, I have rules about that, but it never works. Like the no strings attached, it never works for me because they always want me to give them more than what they're providing. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes.
It's like
yes, it does.
Yeah, so you come over, you provide me with the penis, and then you leave. Like you can't stay the night. I'm not cooking anything for you. You can't get anything out of my fridge. I'm not even going to give you a bottle of water.
No water,
nothing.
It's
like that.
Water,
it's like that. Well, I'm thirsty. Okay, well, I have a Panera Bread down the street, and there's literally a Starbucks, when you exit my apartment complex.
You pointed them to the food place. I would say with a hydrant.
Oh, I don't think we have any super close hydrants. There's a fire station across the street, so I'm pretty sure there's a hydrant somewhere around here. I just don't understand that whole aspect. I really feel like a lot of the stuff that they ask for with the sex on top of it, it's like boyfriend privileges. It's like you're coming over here to provide me with penis.
Yeah,
and that's all you need.
Absolutely. But my dick appointment, it has to be somebody established. It's not about going through the whole routine of meeting someone for the first time again. Who are you? What do you do? What is your family like? Where do you live? What do you want to do? Going through that is traumatizing.
It is traumatizing. And I don't know, I feel like to me dating, and Kay, you're in Houston, but dating here in New York, it's it's warfare. You have to arm yourself.
Yes.
This is terrible. I hate the fact that I'm even thinking about this, but this is how, as you're saying this, I'm thinking, I don't have anybody who I really feel like I want to see again, right? In all of my years of dating, I could go all the way back 15 years. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm happy that it didn't work out, and I don't even want to see you with your clothes on, let alone with your clothes off. So, that being said, I think it's kind of hard to not use online dating because you don't want to keep picking from the same pool of people that you already been with, colleagues, people you worked with, people you went to school with. So it does open you up to people who you otherwise wouldn't come into contact with on a day-to-day basis. But it also, I don't know, I also feel like in some ways it kind of is making people a little more socially awkward than it needs to be, because when you do finally meet them in person, you don't know if that person that's on the phone or the text message is going to be the same person that's sitting across from you.
That's right.
And you can like someone in a text and like their phone conversation and feel that vibe, but then in person it's dry or it's flat or they're weird or they're just awkward and you guys just don't gel together, And I went on a date last week with a guy, a Jamaican guy, and I'm Jamaican, but I'm Americanized, so it's different. And he's not fresh off the boat Jamaican, but Jamaican enough. And when we had a nice time. We sat, we had a couple of drinks, we played dominoes, listened to music. It was it wasn't at a house, it was at a little lounge. It was great. But we left, and I'm being nice, giving him a kiss on the cheek, and he tried to turn and kiss me on the lips, and I'm like, my God.
What?
Yeah. And they got indignant with me. It was like, oh, I can't get a kiss on the lips. I was like, no. You're lucky. You should take whatever I'm offering. You should not be pushing for more. We had a couple of beers and played dominoes. relax. Like,
It's entitlement.
and I felt like I looked too good to be in the place where I was. I felt like I was too dressed for this, what the situation called for. You're lucky I even want to give you a hug. Like, how dare you? Like, I was really pissed. I was really upset. And to contrast that, I went on a date the other night with a nice guy who I met on, telling you, out of 300 messages on Plenty of Fish, I found one guy who offered to take me out on a date, like with real food, right? He sends me the text message with the address of the restaurant. This is the address of the place. You can look it up, real nice. All right, cool. Get there. He was there first. Had a table.
As he should be.
Nice little sushi spot. We had a good time. I didn't reach in my pocket for anything, nor did he expect
As
me
you
to.
shouldn't.
Right? He told me, "Oh, if you want me to order you something else to take home, I can." I said, "No, I'm fine, thank you."
Ooh,
Walked me to my car.
What?
Okay.
He's not from here.
He is from Brooklyn.
Wow.
Okay, from Flatbush, like me. Okay.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
And walked me to my car and gave me a hug, a nice hug, and did not press me for anything else. Asked me if I got home safely. Contacted me in the morning. Told me he had a nice time. I said, okay.
Does he have a horn on his forehead? Because that sounds like a unicorn.
It's a unicorn.
That's a Brooklyn unicorn.
But at the same time, I feel like if I had not been going, engaging with these other
you would have
people,
found them.
and I had to deal with 100 people
Yes.
before I found one decent
Right.
freaking person, which is crazy to me.
It is. You have to wade through a lot
It's
of
a numbers
shit.
game. It's a numbers game.
Yeah, it is.
Exactly. It
And I
is.
feel that often Black women limit themselves and limit their dating pool.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you have to cast a wide net to find a person.
Yes.
But sometimes when you limit yourself, I'm not saying that there's something wrong if you don't date interracially. I'm just saying your odds are better if there's more people to catch in a net. But I don't know, there's something with us where we're very loyal to a bunch of people that are not, there's no reciprocity with
Well,
them.
I find that a lot of men, and I don't know, Kay, you tell me about Houston, but I sense this in New York. I don't know if it's the culture in New York. I don't know if it's the culture of men in general, because of toxic masculinity. But I find that, and it's not that they're homosexuals, but I find that a lot of men don't like women.
Right. They like what women do to their penis, but they
Yes.
don't like women.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Kay, what do you think?
I kind of feel like it depends on the man. I mean, it's the South, so a lot of the times you'll have. It's very It's harder because it's not in your face. They mask a lot of the negativity.
Bless your
Because of
heart.
what was that?
I said, bless your heart. That's that
Yes,
saying,
yeah.
that bless your heart saying.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So it's more difficult. When I lived in North Carolina, there were more transplant from like people from New York, New Jersey, and stuff like that that lived in North Carolina. So I had to adapt and realize that I had to get an edge, like when I was dating there.
mhm.
But like home, it's a little more difficult. It's a little more difficult because it's a lot of it's faking. It's faking.
Yes.
It's a lot of faking.
It's a game. It's a game.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, literally.
Nikki, you coined this term. It was either yesterday or the day before. So you should trademark this term, where you had a reproductive message sent.
Yes.
That's how you termed it.
Oh, gosh.
So this is what a lot. So the smartphones and this online dating has emboldened men
Absolutely.
with these reproductive messages that if they were to meet you, so this is the first time messaging you on the first day, they're asking you reproductive messages. If they were to meet you face to face, I guarantee you that they would not be as bold.
Okay. So pretty much a reproductive message is, oh, you're really attractive. Well, la la la. You don't have any kids. No. Do you want any? Excuse me. I think we would have good. I think our kids will look good together. I think we would make pretty babies. And then like, I think it'd be a good idea if we made one. I said, actually, I think it would be a horrible idea because I don't know you from a hole in the wall or a can of paint, and you don't know me from nowhere either. Like, where's your criteria? What's your screening process here for your reproductive organs? You just willingly gonna go mix, you know?
Yes, they're willingly gonna go.
Yes.
All willy-nilly, just crazy.
Absolutely.
Just shoot up the club, whoever's club, anybody's club. You don't even know, if the lights are on. You're just like, yep, I'm gonna shoot it up, and I'm gonna, and that to me is ridiculous. And I feel like, I'm a woman of a certain age that does not have children, and it is crazy to me that because everyone has kids.
Impregnate you.
Everyone has kids, right? This is the thing. It's like everybody has kids, and over the age of 25, you don't have kids. What's wrong with you? And it's like, I don't have kids for my own personal reasons. I want children, but I have my personal reasons on how I want them to come, and I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. But why should I feel that I have to sit here and field off these messages about men talking about they want to impregnate me before they even ask me out on the freaking date? That's crazy. Like,
because they don't have to normally do all that. Yeah. They don't have to take you out on a date. They don't have to do anything. They could just do a drive-by.
So it's either that or, the question, can you squirt? Like,
oh, I had that just
like, what the fuck?
Yes,
if we were
I
sitting,
can make myself
if you were sitting across from me,
would you be that bold?
You would not ask me that.
Ask that.
You would not ask me that the first time we met.
Depends on how sick and demented he is.
And the fact that you're asking me that lets me know that you can't make me do it. I can make myself do it. Yep. But you're not going to be able to make me do it. The fact that you even asked that question, can you squirt? If we were to meet and we hit it off and you knew how to do it, you wouldn't ask me that because you would actually make me do it. You would ask me.
Do it.
Well, they don't know too much about reproduction, women's body parts.
Right,
they don't know these
right,
things.
And these are the men that go down on you, to eat your toto, and you can actually fall asleep. You can get on your phone. You can get on your phone because they don't know what they're doing.
Or they're chewing.
Right, and and this is why so many men...
Chewing?
Yeah,
these
I
are
have stories.
This is why so many of them, they're reproductively ignorant, they're reproductively illiterate, refer to the clit or the clitoris as the click. And like we say it as a joke, but this is like serious. And this is like getting passed along, and you see it on, on the gram, and you see it on Facebook. How many men, when they're going to write clit, they will write they refer to it as the click, and they really believe that this is how you spell it.
They don't know the anatomy. They don't realize that there's like 3 holes down there.
They really don't know what it does. They really do not know what it does. And that's why you get their head between their legs, and it's like, dude, what are you doing?
That's when you gotta give them that shoulder tap. Like, it's all right.
No, get up and put your clothes on.
No. Get.
Yeah, just stop. That's enough. That's okay. Just stop.
Go.
That's enough. That's enough.
I think my issue is sticking their tongue like in the hole. And I had one. He was like on the outside of my lip.
Wait, which hole? Wait, Kay, which hole?
Like the actual vaginal entrance.
The hole I birthed my children out of.
Oh, the vagina.
With he's all up in there. Oh yeah, I had to. I'm sorry. I just realized I should probably be. Yeah. So yeah, he's in my vagina, in the hole. I'm like trying to move his head up, and then I had one. He's like on my lips, just sucking on the outside of the lips, and I'm moving his head, and he was just like, I know what I'm doing, and he slapped my hand, and I was just sitting up here like, are you kidding me?
Oh, he's
like,
fresh. No,
I'm
goodbye.
just silent for 20 minutes, and then he's mad, like, why are you not moaning? Because you're not doing anything. Get up. Or the ones that, I like to say, and I'm very proud, I had 2 children. I make sure to keep my muscles intact. I do my Kegels regularly. I'm doing my Kegels currently.
So am I.
And,
Me too.
And I'm very proud that my vagina is that of a 24-year-old. I'm going to say that. Like, I'm very proud about that. But I also don't like the fact, and it's very wet and it's moisturized. And It's great. Don't spit on my shit, okay? That's disrespectful. That's very
I
disrespectful. Like
need
the
to
spitting.
see if you like. Do you have tartar? Like, cause if your gums and all that don't look right, like I don't want that near
Well,
me.
you wouldn't even kiss them, let alone let them go down to your toto, because that to me is sacred. My toto is sacred. If I cannot kiss you, you are not putting your mouth anywhere near my sacred place. Hell no.
Facts,
But
I agree with
Like
I've
that.
also,
the guy that told me he doesn't the guy that told me he doesn't give head. He doesn't give head because he's allergic to it. But you let me ride you so that my juices could fall on your pelvic bone,
suck
and you
my
could probably
ass.
break out in hives right there.
Look.
But
And
I
then
digress.
you find you have the ones where you're trying, they know where it is, and you're trying to guide them, and they won't take instruction. You have the ones that just go straight full force, head on to the clitoris. And there's many women who cannot deal with direct stimulation on the clitoris because it can actually be painful. And the stimulation has to be indirect. It has to come from the side. And you will try and instruct them, and they just can't take instruction. You move and they'll go right back.
I just want to get to their part. Let me just do this for a little while, and then we could switch it up, and then it could be all about me. They don't really.
Well, if it's something that you have to feel, that you feel that you're enduring it, that you have to endure this
Right.
to get to your spot, you can just put your clothes on and just go home and just jerk off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I had one. He
Don't
did it
waste
with
my
a
time
straight
because I will
back,
send you an
straight
invoice.
back, and he kept changing positions every 2 minutes. Yes, I counted because it was it was like straight. His back was straight, like, and he was just going. Oh God, it's terrible. I'm just having flashbacks. It was so awful.
And then
So
they'll touch you, like they'll finger you, and as soon as they touch you, it'll be like 10 seconds, and it's like, are you coming, baby? No.
Oh my God.
No.
Like with me, like it tightens, and I'm a squirter. So usually, if you're doing it right and you're doing it correctly, I'm gonna squirt a little bit. Now, if you got me in a certain position, I'm gonna squirt a lot, but guaranteed everything else, it's gonna be a little squirt. Like, how are you asking me, dude? Did I come? Like, how do you not know?
Then
They
you
don't
did.
know.
You
They
did
They
it.
don't
care.
know.
Like, how do
They
you?
know.
They
They
I
don't
think I had
care.
one. He was so terrible. And then he had the audacity to tell me, he's like, well, I don't think you're a squirter. No, because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. Oh, I've never had a woman, because women have been lying to you. You're 37 and you have no idea what you're doing. And I'm shocked and appalled at the fact that you have 2 children, that a woman allowed you to stay inside of her long enough
Well, it don't take
for
that
you to
long. It needs 30
ejaculate.
seconds.
Look, and like Nikki, how you just showed me the way they finger you, like that's what they learned in high school. And that's what they stay with. You just like in and out, in and out, in and
They
out,
just
in and
stay
out,
with
in and
that.
out,
They
in and
don't
out, in and
change
out.
the game up.
You just change the game up. You gotta open your fingers. You gotta move them around, like,
No.
dude. And they don't know this.
They're
And if you
one-trick ponies. That's
and
all.
if you tell them, they still won't do it. Like, huh? Like, look. Oh my
I like the
goodness.
ones that'll be like, okay, and they do exactly what you tell them.
Yes.
Like them, those are amazing. Those are amazing because they're actually wanting. They're actually wanting to know. You got some, they don't give a damn. They just there, just a squirrel trying to get a nut. I don't.
But but this side online, because we have to wrap up soon. Online dating, it's here to stay. And like Jess said, I think that is a great idea. If we were to have an app that is just specifically just if you're trying to find a relationship and you're not there to just hook up, just to smash and dash. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you both mutually want, go ahead and do it. But this is what we're stuck with. We gotta just try and weed through these yahoos and these fuckboys with their fuck shit. So Kay, would you like to tell you could tell our listeners where they can find you, your Facebook page and your website, please?
Yeah, Facebook, you can find me at Single in the City H-Town version. My website is at girlinhtown.com, and you can just click the link. It'll take you to my blog as well.
And Nikki, if you can tell our listeners about your fabulous products.
Well, you can find my body butters and I just launched a line of beard butters for men for facial hair. It could also be used on your edges if you're so inclined. But that is at butterbydecked.com. So that's BUTTER by DECD.com.
And men, get those butters for those beards so you can get your face sat on.
Exactly. You need a beard worthy of sitting on. Definitely. Absolutely. I totally support that.
So thank you for listening. And this is Salome signing off.
And this is Just Digital. See you next time.
And we have a Facebook page called Radio Brujas, and you can email us at radiobrujas3@gmail.com. Thank you. Bye. Don't be ashy.
Empty thoughts fill the room.